All right, what's up, everybody? This video we have a box of Score. Remember, I have so many cards that I bought, the Score football cards, right? When I was a kid. But this is probably the first. I'd have to look into it. I think this is the only football cards I've bought of the 22 season. Unfortunately, as you guys, if you've seen my last video, they stopped selling them at this local Walmart over here. And my wife drugged me into Target, and all of a sudden, there's some, I don't know. Listen, let's just say Target is not my gig. I don't want to offend people out there too much. But if you're watching this video, I don't even know. I don't. Let's just move on. Let's just say I wasn't comfortable in Target. Anyway, but Target did have this one box. If they would have had multiple boxes, I would have probably not bought any. But since they had one box, I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna open it up, and we'll see what we got. While we're doing this, though, I want to talk football. I want to talk Dallas Cowboys. And 30 years ago, 30 years ago, earlier that last year, during training camp, or maybe it was before training camp, I bought a bunch of 92 football cards. And the significance of the 92 is that was our first Super. The Cowboys, I say our. Anytime I say our, we're talking about the Cowboys. That was our first Super Bowl of the 90s, at least. And that was a memorable year. And so I pulled out all the Cowboys and all that. But we're in the playoffs again. And, this week, we're playing the 49ers in San Francisco, even though it's not the Candlestick Park like it was. But it's not the NFC Championship game. It's the divisional. But if you remember back in 92/93, if you remember, if you were alive and you were around, is that year, the 49ers actually had the best team that year. And we were the underdogs going in, the Cowboys were. And it was us beating them was a shock. And I think one of the reasons why we beat them is because even though we were playing, at Texas Stadium, it was turf, AstroTurf. Remember AstroTurf? We were a running team. Okay. All right, we were a running team, and when I remember that week, they brought in all this sod because it was like a lot of rain, and it was just so much rain, it was just all mud, and they had brought in sod. If you go look at some of those old videos or clips, you can see the sod between the hashes were all pretty much new, as you see. But then on the sidelines, they don't do it now where they go and just bring in all fresh turf, They just did it for just a strip of that thing, and the field conditions were not great for passing. And, I think that was an equalizer for us, and that's the reason why we won, because we had the great Emmitt Smith, the greatest running back of all time. Yes, I said it. And with the greatest line of all time, and probably the second best tight end of Dallas Cowboys history, of Jay Novacek. But and that's where the line, how about them Cowboys? All right, that was our Super Bowl, was the NFC Championship, because whoever won that game was going to go beat the Bills easily, and that's exactly what they did. That was the game of the year, the game of my lifetime. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Anyway, let's open it up. 30 years later, and we got Cowboys and 49ers. So we're just going to pull out the Cowboys, okay? And any other, see, they're throwing in a Clinton Portis and stuff like that. I'm not a really big fan when they do that. I like the current players, right? I like, when you're doing these stock base cards, I like current players. Don't throw in a Clinton Portis. All right. Mac Jones. I'm not a big fan when they do that. Now, if you want to go and say these are legends or whatever, that's good. But on a base card, I'm not a big fan. Even when it's my beloved Cowboys. So you got a Vince Young right here. Like, okay, like there's enough players in the NFL to go and make a card for. That's what I think. But that year, 92, it's kind of the same way this year, right? We are the underdogs going into the 49ers. Okay. So got Carson Palmer. Who cares? Sears and Aaron Darnold, well, we'll put him over to the side. Not the greatest year, but, nevertheless a legend. But they were the best team that year. And this year, it's the same way. I believe right now the 49ers going into the playoffs are the best team in the NFC. It's hard to say the Bills are either better than the Bills or the Chiefs, but I would definitely say going in on a roll like they are, here's Von Miller playing with the Rams. Let's see, potential. Got Drake London. Okay. All right. And Devin Singletary, I had him. This is the, what do they call this card? I don't know. Blaster. I don't even know. But a colorful card. Again, I kind of lost focus of card collecting there for a long time this past year. But, hey, it's never too late, right? For the year, at least, for the season. But yeah, but I see us way we played last week, right? In Tampa. Granted, Tampa is the worst team in the playoffs, but the Cowboys have a hard time with this. The Cowboys are, they've been known this year, especially in the second half of this year, is to play down to their opponents. They played down to their opponents. When we went into Minnesota, we kicked their tail. We kicked their tail, but outside of that, we play down to our opponents. Now we kicked the Giants, and Giants are on the playoffs. And how about the NFC East this year? Oh my gosh, 3 teams still in the playoffs, and my Cowboys are the one. We're not the embarrassed Commanders. I'll always call them a Redskins, right? I call them Redskins. They'll always be Redskins to me. I don't care. They could go with all this cancel culture, woke, whatever, virtue signaling. Here's a Brett Favre, again on a base card. Along with Randy Moss. To me, these are pointless. Well, these are pointless. It's better when you have a base card from that year, right? To me, I think. And you have that. And I got several. Still no Cowboys, man. This is the second thing. Again, I am a homer. I'm a homer when I collect. I just am. And I haven't. Here we go. Ty Frogel? Freifogel? He didn't do anything this year. Rookie, yeah, for the Cowboys. Yeah, we're throwing you away. No. Not even. He may still be on the practice squad, but I don't even remember him during the preseason, to be totally honest. Joey Bosa, that's the Bosa from the Chargers. But last year, it's like a rematch. This is a rematch from last year where the 49ers beat us. The only difference is, well, there's a few differences. They got a rookie quarterback, which is doing outstanding. And they have Christian McCaffrey. Us, I think we are a better team than last year. I do think so, and I've said that all year. Besides the first game, where we came out flat against Tampa Bay, We absolutely stunk it up. But ever since then, I've always said we are a better team than last year. We are a better team. And because we finished with our record the way it is, and because of the we are getting at least one game deeper into the playoffs. I do believe that Michael Strahan, Mike McCarthy will be coach for a while. He will be coach and he's done a better job. The only problem with that is, here we go, finally, Dak Prescott, finally. Yeah, what a freaking game he has had. Boy, I tell you what, and I've got my theories on that. I'm going to give you my theory on Dak Prescott here in a minute. Let me write that down in my brain. But anyway, the only problem with the Cowboys doing so well is that we're probably going to lose Dan Quinn. If we lose Kellen Moore, I'm fine with that, to be totally honest. Kellen Moore is a little overrated. He's a little overrated. Good? Yeah. Better than what we had? Absolutely. Little overrated. Dan Quinn, not overrated. He took a historically bad defense and turned it into a top 5 defense. You know, just by his presence, not no big key changes. No, of course, does Micah Parsons have something to do with that? Absolutely. Okay, here's a Hall of Fame card. All right, it's called First Ballot, and it's Barry Sanders. So that's how you do it. All right, that's how you throw in these legends in here in these cards, I think. Okay, that's how you throw them in. And here is the Cowboys on a huddle up. This is a huddle up. We'll put this over here with the Cowboys. They go into a special book back there with all my, with the rest of the Cowboys. Okay, that's what we do with all our Cowboys cards for sure. And so we got 2 to add. I'm not adding that rookie card of what's his face. Now maybe later. He's probably cutting somewhere else or on the practice squad. I don't even remember him, to be totally honest. So we've got 3 more packs, and I'll get to talking about, well, you know what? Now's a great time to talk about Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott has struggled this year, and Dak Prescott has looked really bad. Like, I was like, is he done? That's my thing. Is he done? He's throwing all these picks. He's getting sacked. He ain't moving around like he did until Tampa Bay. And I've got a theory on this. Tampa Bay, he actually ran around and looked like a young Dak Prescott the way he did. And this is what I'm thinking. This whole year, he has been playing a conservative Dak Prescott play. Right? Where he will throw a ball away. He'll get sacked. Because he's doing that, because he'll force the ball and he gets those picks, okay? That conservative play. Here's a Josh Allen. There's Josh Allen in a yellow card. So that's a good card. But we're going to still put him in the stack. And because of that, I do think he's playing conservative. That way he can stay healthy. That's my opinion on Dak Prescott this year. At least that's what I hope. Because I hope what we saw against Tampa Bay of him running around, you're going to fear his legs. What does that do? It's like, well, if you're going to blitz, it's kind of hard to blitz when the guy's going to take off running. People have been paying the price with blitzing Jalen Hurts. They just have. Trayvon Diggs, right here, just opened up this one. Trayvon Diggs having a great year. People are like, oh, he's not getting as many picks. This is a thing I said that Trayvon Diggs was going to work on during the offseason, and he did, and that's his coverage ability. His coverage skills are second to none. Maybe the prime time, because when prime time was young, he was all about interceptions. Here's a Trevor Lawrence, which we're seeing his potential finally. And it usually takes a couple of years, but he And I said, if he works on his coverage skills, he is going to be one of the best. And he is. And he is going to be worth every single penny that he gets. I still believe that. He can still make those playmaking catches, interceptions. Okay? Here's another rookie card for the Cowboys that just didn't make the team. I'm putting him in the stack. But he he's coming to the guy, and here's the deal: we're going to lose some players this year. The Cowboys are. We're probably going to lose Van Der Esch. I hope not. Okay, there's a DeMarcus Ware, but it's the Broncos, and it's a special one. It's called Sack Attack. We would have put you in the Cowboys stack if you had that Cowboy star on your helmet. But I'm going to tell you what, they're going to have to free this space, right? So they're going to lose some players. They're going to lose Van Der Esch. They're going to lose Pollard. And Pollard, you could get another Tony Pollard in the draft. Let's just face it. You could get another Tony Pollard in the draft. Can you get another Leighton Van Der Esch? Van Der Esch, here's the deal about Leighton Van Der Esch. This is my last pack right here. This is the thing about Leighton Van Der Esch. Leighton Van Der Esch is a guy who's just a solid player. Just a solid player. You know, he doesn't make very many highlights or anything like that. He's a solid player. And that's what he's turned into. Just because, and a lot of people are sitting there thinking, oh, well, he's, having a quiet year. He's not what he was in his rookie year. Well, here's the thing about that. He's solid. He's dependable. He's not getting burnt. He doesn't miss tackles. And to me, that's worth a lot when you're holding down that Mike linebacker. Okay, when you're right there, and I'm a big Leighton Van Der Esch fan, and I wish we could keep the Wolf Hunter, but I don't think we could afford him. If we're going to sign Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb and keep them, and I do believe those three are better to keep on your team than Pollard, Schultz, or who else? I said another name. Van Der Esch, yeah, Van Der Esch. Those are good players, but you could go and find another tight end. You can find a good running back in the draft. To sign those guys to big contracts, when you've got bigger fish to fry, that's just it. You're just not going to. Anyway, my Cowboys that I got that I keep, and I didn't, I'm going to put Aaron Donald back in the stack. Are these three. Got Trayvon Diggs, okay? Trayvon Diggs, Dakota Prescott, okay? Right out of over here in Houghton, Louisiana, not too far from where I'm at. I'm on the Texas side, but he's not very far down the road. And kind of a team thing right here. So that one right there, Dak Prescott, Trayvon Diggs. And we got this weekend, Sunday night, we've got Cowboys and 49ers. All other games don't matter to me. And I'm always going to pick the Cowboys to win. It's going to be a tough game, but if the Cowboys can win, I do believe they can beat anybody. You can beat the 49ers, you can beat anybody. So, they got a good defense. We're going to have to run the ball. Dakota's going to have to, or Dak is going to have to go, and he's going to have to do what he did in Tampa. Put the defense on their heels, okay? And they're going to run the ball. We have a problem with stopping the run. That's going to be a thing. Elijah Moore, McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel. That's going to be a tough team to beat. And they're tight end. But I think we match up against, what's-his-face, his tight end over there. I can't remember his name. Well, I think we match up pretty well with that. We'll put Curse. Curse is a huge freaking secondary guy. He's borderline linebacker. But anyway, so I think that matchup we got pretty well. But and tight ends don't kill us. It's the freaking running teams, running games that kill us. But anyways, that's my little thing right here. I appreciate you guys watching the video here. And, well, we'll do this again, all right? We'll do this again. But until then, I'm going to sign off here. I appreciate you guys watching. Go Cowboys!